Hello and welcome to a map review. We will be looking today at this map here. Now this is actually an oldie, but it's also the latest version of an oldie. So this is Hagenstedt. This is an old Farming Sim 13 map which has been updated over the years, and it's an old favourite as it were. And this is the latest version released probably about, well, a few days ago. So we're going to be taking a look at this map. I am going to set it up. So this version of Hagenstedt is chop straw compatible on PC only. It is available for Xbox and the like, but it's not got chop straw. It's courseplay, and that we are going to add. So we've got the Hagenstedt map. It's also seasons compatible, and that again is for PC only. So if you're playing Xbox or the like, get a PC because it's better. Seriously, much better. This map is available for all formats. However, if you're using a PC, you're going to have a much better experience because you've got the addition of the wonderful seasons and chop straw. So there you have it. So I'm going to fire this up and give it the view. For errors, hopefully we don't get any. Don't think we will. This is a fairly well-established map. I've actually played this map in the past, a much earlier version. There are multiple different versions of this map as well. There's various different edits of it. But I think this is the one that's closest to the original as you can get. That's one of the reasons why I chose this. So it's finished. Just have a quick check. There's no errors here. So one of the reasons why this is definitely one of the closest to the original is because this is a small map. It's literally only about 300 meg at most. I think it's like 290 or something like that. Download. It's pretty small download. So I've got seasons running here, so I'm just going to bump the time forward. So this is the spawning point, by the way. Here we are. So yeah, this is quite a, and that's actually really advanced quite quickly. Get some daylight. So this is an old Farming Sim 13 map, and it's, as you can see, fairly straightforward map. Now there are 42 fields on this farm. I can tell you this, there's no production on this map because it is literally a very basic kind of map and a very simple map. There's no fancy multi-fruit. It is a very straightforward map. It is essentially an implementation of an old original Giants map from 2013. So here's Hagenstedt. This is the view. We've got 42 fields. You start off with, I think it's actually just one field. I think, yeah, we literally start off with just one little field, and it's this tiny field 16 here. That is what you start off with. It's a very small field. Now, this map is interesting because I played this map before, and I played for quite a bit of time. Very, very straightforward little thing, and it's actually an interesting map because I ended up with lots and lots of fields on here and had quite a bit of fun for a while. But it can be quite challenging because you've got, all you're doing is field work. So let's take a look around the farmyard and take a look around the map. So here we have the basic map. So we only own field 16. We have a very small number of sale points. There are literally 9 on this map. So there is no fancy multi-fruit or anything else. You just get your standard stuff, standard crop types to sell. You've got some wood chips and wool and stuff, but it's literally a very straightforward little map. You don't start off life with any animals on this map. It is very straightforward. You've got 300,000 storage capacity on the farm, and obviously you can tip and all that good stuff. Again, if you're playing multiplayer, don't tip on the ground because it's a wild pain and will actually cause you more trouble than anything else. So, looking at the map here, everything's just spread quite widely, and we'll look at all the spots. As I say, this is an old map, and this is going to be a fairly straightforward review. So, let's drop out of here. Let's look at the equipment you start with. So, we start off with a Hurleyman H488. And we have a Deutschfar AgroStar 6.61. We have two of those. We have a Fendt 300 Vario. Then we have a Sapper Rosenloo Colma C6 with a 14-foot header. That's the combine. It's a very small, simple combine. We have a Brantler E8041 tipper trailer. Again, tiny small trailer. We have a Horsch Terrano 4FX cultivator. We have a Kuhn Varimaster 153 plough. We have a Great Plains 3P 1006 NT seeder. This is a seeder capable of doing fertilizer and seeding, but it is not direct seed, so you have to cultivate first. We have a Vernland Exacta EL700 fertilizer spreader, and we have a small selection of weights. We have a 700 kilo and 1000 kilo. We have a vehicle workshop on the map, and if memory serves, that's a placeable. There are some golf flags. They're a mod. I assume it's for the golf course. So there is essentially down here there's a golf course. When I used to play this map, I used to just cut across the golf course. It was quite a lot of fun driving a truck across the golf course and just bouncing through the sand dunes. But yes, the golf flags are for the golf course, strangely enough. And yeah, that's pretty much all the equipment. So let's take a look around the map, and we'll start with Farmyard up here. So this is the farmhouse. So this is slightly different from my original one I played, actually, because there's a building here. There never was a building. Memory serves. Maybe there was. I don't remember there being a building here. One of the things I ended up doing when I was playing this is I literally filled this space all around here with solar panels and wind farm. Massive wind farm I had when I was playing this map. So this is the farmyard. What we've got here is a series of sheds. We've got some seed, and that's actually just seed there. Fertilizer is just here. Liquid and solid fertilizer is just here. We've got this nice little shed. We've got all our equipment lined up. We have fuel over here. Now we have the vehicle workshop here. Now I'm guessing the reason the vehicle workshop's here is because we're running it seasons compatible. With seasons, you do need to have a vehicle workshop on your farm, or else you're going to have trouble. Then we've got our chicken coop. Here we go. All the eggs spawn in here. It's quite cool. Then this is our silo. Drop off point here, and the fill points on the other side. Right next door, we have fields, pretty much straight off the bat. So in this version of Hagenstedt, we have the road just on the other side of here. We've got more sheds. This great big shed here is actually a nice great big one. Nice, great big shed. It's actually very reminiscent of a shed that Stevie uses. But it's not quite the same. We've got these sheds here. We've got the town of Hagenstedt just down there, and this is the main road. Literally, there. There are versions of this map which have different variations of the farm layout. With, for instance, the animals here, a little wall. There was one which was really infuriating. It had a wall all the way around the edge here. and the gaps for these gates was tiny. You couldn't get anything through it. It was really annoying. So we've got a sale point for straw and hay just here on the farm. That is that. And then we have our first field. This is the only field we own, is this one. And it's been set up so you can cut it, but we're using season, so it's killed the crop on it, which is the thing. So the other thing I discovered when I was playing this map is these trees are annoying. There's literally 4 trees around each of these fields, and they sort of kind of sit on the corners, and they make the fields really awkward to deal with. But we only own one, and essentially we've got these very simple fields quite close to the farm. This is a hang up from the old Farming Sim 13, where you can literally check your finances, and then by that means you bring up this and it will bring up your finances page, and so on. So that's kind of cool. So that's the farmyard. It's very straightforward, very simple, and sort of farmyard in the middle of the map here. You'll see over there are some trees. There's not a huge amount of trees on this map. It is really not a map for forestry. There's no sawmill, unless someone has put a sawmill since I last looked at this map. There's no sawmill. Literally you can sell wood chips and that's about it. So we're going to take a look around the map, and we are here in the middle. So we're going to head up this way and then go that way around. So this is the gas station and the shop. For some reason we have basically spawned in a place we can't move from. So I'm going to do that. So gas station opposite the store. The store is here. Again, quite straightforward. Vehicles spawn on this lot here and you drive them off. We're not far from the farmyard. You basically got that little road there. You can just see there's that car just coming down. That's the farmyard just there. This is the town of Hagenstedt, as it were. It's a very nice looking town. Don't appear to have done much around here. You've got a kind of a run down there, sort of a back way. There's various roads out of here as well. You can drive through this sort of old town, which actually looks quite nice. You can see. You can drive through here. There's a couple of tricky sections, and then you end up coming down to, for instance, these fields here. And you can see the BGA over there in the distance. So we're going to end up over here at the village grain elevator, another fuel station, and a drive-through sale point for grain. Got a number of fields down here as well, as you can see. Head over here to transport company. Transport company is the dockyard. As you can see, we've got some trains and stuff here. A little kind of watery piece. I don't know if we can actually. I never remember if we actually could go over there, but I think you can. Just they can send the trains off here as well. Let's send off a train. Boo. And that little train goes off into the distance and goes off down there and then off into the tunnels and disappears off. Probably returns, but I don't know. So we've got a sale point here, just here. Drop off point, and then you're just going to kind of some empty space around here. The other thing you've got down this area here as well is we have the animal dealer. The animal dealer is here. It's your kind of standard animal dealer model, pretty much, without the cow and without the logos and stuff, but it is fairly straightforward standard building. Then we have field 1. This is the biggest field on the map, actually, if memory serves. It's a 10.29 hectare field. It's quite big, and this takes up this big corner here. And I used to run this field, and I had a lot of fun with this field in the sense that it's the first time I ever grew popular trees, and it took me hours and hours to harvest it, and I gave up. Basically, it just annoyed me so much because the harvesters were just not working so well. So let's head up to the freight yard. Freight yard is yet another little sale point. What we've got here is a fuel tank for filling up, and then we've got a little train to drop off to. You sort of sell here or hereabouts. You've got a tip point, and that train will shoot off if you press the right button over here, and that will send off the train, and effectively that train will disappear off into the distance again. It will return, and you've got a couple of fields here as well. Got a little shed over there, just over in the far distance, down there. A little shed. I think that's actually new. I don't remember there being a shed here on this side. I did run these fields for a bit, and I vaguely remember this field not having a shed. I don't remember it having all the space actually here, but it's got a nice little couple of little sheds here, so you run equipment out of. So I literally used to run a shed down here when I was using this map because there was no space for that here. So let's hit the sheep pasture. So this is the sheep farm element. Now, okay, so we have a couple of sheds here. There we go, storing equipment. We have the feeding point here, so this is a trough for the grass. Got a shed here, and then we've got a couple of fields, and round the back here we've got the wool spawn point, which is just here. Actually no, this is open dialogue. They've moved it. Okay, the wool used to spawn here. Okay, so in fact we need to find that, but this is the water point, this is the animal spawn point, so there must be a different point for the wool. Don't think they've got it round there. Maybe it's in a shed somewhere. That's the field marker. Maybe the wool does spawn there, but essentially, yeah, potentially I think the wool spawns here or hereabouts. It used to spawn just here, and so given this has got the animal dialog box on it, it is possibly in a different location. I'd watch out for that. Got a couple of fields here. These are actually really good to run grass off, so you've got some grass for your sheep. And next up we're going to hit the mill. So this is Hagenstedt mill. This model gets used in lots of maps. I've seen this all over the game, different maps using this essential model. Hagenstedt mill, it's an actual impressive building, it's huge. Basically it's a drive-through sale point. You drive through here and drop it off. You have essentially a little road up here, some buildings, and a road up to this big field 40. Fields 26 and 27 are literally kind of attached almost to the farm up a little road, and then you kind of got a couple of routes, one that goes down towards the sheep here, and then one little route that goes down to the mill. Just past the mill we've got the spinnery. This is your wool sale point. It's not that far from the sheep, so you just drive through, drop off. We've got another shed here, this is new. There looks to be a little bit of a waterfall over there as well. There's a kind of a refueling point here as well. And I'm going to sort of back away. What have we got over here? This is the garden center. We'll just check that one out now. So this is a sell point. It's also a purchase point for seed and fertilizer. It's kind of on the way to the sort of area here. You kind of go past it. Depending on how you get to the pigs, which are all the way down here, you kind of drive past it. If you come up this way, you end up going sort of that route down. We're going to hit the cows next, and then we'll hit the pigs. So this is the cow pasture. Got a feed point for the water there. This is going to be, I think this is new. This looks new. This is, I'm guessing, the slurry. Yep, slurry fill level. We have the cow feeding spot here. Maybe TMR. That's TMR, I guess. What we're looking for is grass. Here we have grass here. We've got so this is going to be manure. This is a small silage clamp that we have next to the farm. Sorry, the cows. So you kind of got everything close by. Got a little shed over there, and you've got a little field next door. Again, this is a nice little field. You just grow grass on it, and you've got some grass locally for your cows. So, pig enclosure next. So the pig enclosure is right next to the golf course. We have feeding points here, grass and water. We have our slurry tank here, and we have our manure here. Fill dialogue is over here. Let's just see. This is, memory serves, this was here before. I don't think this was here before. I don't remember this one being here before, but it could have been. Nice little shed though, either way. And then this is, we've got a huge light there. But this is the golf course. Discovered a gold nugget. Yeah, so this is a golf course. We've got our flag poles for the holes of the golf course. So this is what I used to drive over. A lot of fun to be had driving through the sand dunes. Okay, so we've hit the garden centre already. We've kind of covered this. I'm going to check out this because there's a building here I don't recognise. This is not actually functional. This model is used in a number of places for a dairy, but this one isn't actually functional. Not even a sale point or anything. There's nothing here, but it is essentially a model that's reused in a lot of places. Supreme Milk. It's the dairy model that we use, for instance, on our Cherry Hills and Snetterton's farm in the mulberry that we basically planted down. They both use that model. So let's hit the bakery next, visit the bakery. Sale point, pretty much standard thing. Very rustic looking sale point. Strangely enough, it's down as a Lost Horseshoe Inn, but essentially it is a bakery according to that. We've got a little caravan park here. People wandering around. And then it kind of goes off to the beach down here. And we've got some deck chairs and the like, all sort of set up here. And that's just down here. Now, there's a little bit of forestry over there. A few trees. Not a lot. You need to cut some trees down. There is some trees here, but not a huge amount. And then, sort of finally, really, we're going to hit the BGA. This is above ground siloking. This is actually where I grew to hate the above ground siloking. The Hagenstedt siloking is basically the first time I ever tried putting silage into anything, and I tried to tip it and it was just a pain in the ass, and I had a big pile of silage here that I had to scoop up and drop into here. It was just annoying. Didn't use these guys, but there's a nice few silage clumps there. We've got the digestate tank, which this is it, but I'm trying to figure out where the fill point is. Unless the digestate tank is down the back. There's a fuel tank here as well. And there's a weighbridge coming in, and a little shed. There we go. Somewhere around here you'd fill up. And then we've got another little shed, some few trees, and then a couple of more fields. And here we are. We've pretty much covered everything on this map now. So let's head back to the farmyard. Let's just jump in a tractor quickly. Kind of show you the size of the one field you own when you start this map. So field 16. It is literally 0.44 hectares. It's absolutely tiny. Effectively, when you're playing this map, you will want to expand quickly. Essentially, your fields that are close by are basically these guys and these guys here. Let's have a quick look at these and see what the sizing is. So this is a 2.26 hectares. It'll cost you 182,000. Well, let's grab 15. It's 0.54. It's 43,000. Let's flip the other side of the farmyard and get field 17. That is 2.46, and that is 199,000. If we had it up here and did 26 and 27, so 26 is 1.1 hectares, and 27 is 1.63, all costing you around that 130,000 mark. If you wanted to go for one of the bigger fields, you know, essentially, when I played this map, I actually got these guys here, all of these guys here, 13 and 1, 12, 40, and 37. Field 1, I think it's to say it's the biggest field. It's going to cost you 800,000, 10 hectares. Field 40 is actually no, it's bigger, 12 hectares. It'll cost you 986,000. It's a nice big field. So you kind of spread. You're going to have. It's got a lot of fields kind of spread out over the map. Going to require a good bit of work. So let's have a look at the map. Okay, so let's get in the air and take a look at the area. Here we are. We're in spring, and we can see that the trees haven't got any foliage yet. So it's looking a bit barren. This is kind of the winter sort of look. This is seasons, so as you can see, it's very mountainous terrain. As you can see, there's lots of rocks and stuff, and it's kind of cool, but there's lots of nice little roads going everywhere. Little bit of headlands on fields, so you, generally speaking, don't have to worry so much. I used to work this map with a normal helper, and it was fine. I literally very rarely had any issues. We could just let the helpers go. These fields, for instance, here, you could literally seed those two tiny ones there. The same thing, you just drive straight up the back. Or you could just combine the two together. I think I did that in the end. I literally combined them together into one field. I think I may have even combined all of that into one field. So yeah, we're here, and let's take a look at the seasons. And we're going to set it to spring first. See if we get any change. So apparently the visual season doesn't exist. So that's intriguing and a little bit annoying. Let's do it that way just to make sure. So try summer. Doesn't exist. Okay. This is supposedly visual, seasons compatible. We're having the autumn setting is there. We've got some trees and foliage and it's nicely browned. I'm pretty sure we should have some normal summer foliage. And if we actually kind of advance this a bit, maybe this will show up a little bit. We have a winter one because we lost the leaves there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can try texture 4. We've tried 0, 1 and 3, so we know there's some textures there, but there's not a full complement. So yeah, it does look kind of barren without any trees. Hopefully, you know, because we've got a nice line of these kind of tall trees over there. Just kind of look nice with the different deciduous trees on this map. So I'm not sure if all the textures are there for the map. So let's have a look at. Ooh. Before it gets too cloudy, let's have a look at the snow. Let's have a look at the snow before we lose the visibility. So let's add some snow. After all, this is Hagenstedt. This is I can't remember if this is German. This is a German map. Memory serves, there used to be a Deutsche Post box on this map. There we got the snow. Now, couple of things I've noticed. Firstly, we have snow in these buildings. Okay, the snow's kind of gone over the map completely. Some buildings have snow inside. So for instance, this one has snow inside, this doesn't. This doesn't have snow inside, this doesn't. These here have snow inside. These here have snow inside. So there are some little anomalies with the snow. I kind of like I had snow on the roof, but it doesn't. So the snow mask isn't fully cleared up. So it's kind of protecting certain buildings from getting snow inside them. We have snow on the road in parts, but not a lot. It is clear on the main roads. And then if we kind of just speed up our run, on the farm track that runs up, for instance, we have snow up here. As you can see, lots of snow. And it's gone into the buildings as well up here. The bridge is clear. This yard is got snow. So in some places the snow mask is done nicely, so it's not going into buildings, but in other places it is going into buildings, so that's kind of a bit messy. Let's just crank up another layer or two of snow, and let's just see how the roads fare. So the roads, they're still clear. They're still being kept clear. Let's have a look at the town, see how the town has gone with the snow. So the main yard there is clear, but then we've got sort of snow down here. That's good. So like the non-main roads have snow. The kind of main roads, like the paved roads like this, don't have any snow. Some of the buildings have snow in them. There's a bit of snow going into that, but that's actually just in the doorway. So there are a few little niggly bits with this. Oh, little island. I didn't know that island was there. And then we've got the edge of the map. So there we have it. This is basically Hagenstedt. This is the latest edit of it. It's a map from 2013 farming sim, and kind of gonna leave you guys here, and we're gonna just drop down a little bit, overlooking the farmyard at the little fire spot here. I'm just looking over the kind of through the mist. So there we have it. This is Hagenstedt. It's the latest edit of the map. If you found this map review useful, please like the video. The details for the download of this map and everything will be in the description. This is a map that's capable of running in certain versions on the consoles as well as on the PC. So if you want to see more of our map reviews and you want to see more of our Let's Play series, please subscribe to the channel. And with that, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.